Hello, Tim from Fair Play now on the 23rd of January 2022. Just back from my local stand in the park, and as always, really good meet. 2 or 3 new people there, and it's a group that is growing, so really pleased to see that. And it was really good meet this morning. Just me. Unfortunately, Lorraine's a bit poorly at the moment, but very unfashionably, I think. She is poorly, just with a cold and not something else. So, which is rather unfashionable in this day and age, because everybody else likes to call it something else. Before I sort of talk about much else, I want to just say that Lee, who many of you guys watch as well as me, he has also got a week on the naughty step. Absolutely unbelievable. I think his happened, it must have been Friday, maybe Thursday, so just about half a week after mine happened. So it's crazy, isn't it? Because you know how careful both me and him are, using our code words, and we just try to be so careful, and yet it's still happening. So they just seem to have ramped up the censorship, and I'm going to be making quite a few backup things. Well, they're in place already, really, but I'll be discussing them when I'm back on my main channel, which should be from tomorrow onwards. And I believe I'm back tomorrow. Might be Tuesday, depends on how quickly they reinstate you after the sort of ban elapses. So hopefully tomorrow. And once I'm back on properly, I'll be kind of telling all the viewers about all of my kind of backups. But this is going to be my backup channel. I'm going to probably tonight change the name of it from what it's called now, Baldy Tim's, to I thought Fair Play Right Now would be good. So obviously the main channel is Fair Play Now, so this will be Fair Play Right Now, which is appropriate because we want our fair play right now. And so that is what it's going to be called. So if you see something that the name's changed, or you sort of see, where did Baldy Tim's go, why is it sort of Fair Play Right Now, I will be changing the name probably tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, then I'll be talking about all of my other backups as well. So it's quite ironic, isn't it, that YT, this platform, are ramping up their censorship when the whole narrative just seems to be collapsing. Whether it's just one last gasp that they're doing just out of spite, or whatever it is, I really don't know. But you'd think they'd just be winding down on the censorship rather than stepping it up, wouldn't you? And there are just so many kind of things coming about now where the narrative is, well, say collapsing. I've been saying it's been collapsing for quite a while now, as you know. It's more like it's imploding, isn't it? The narrative's imploding. And one thing I'm delighted to see is Ireland. I know I've got quite a few kind of Irish viewers, and I know you guys have suffered way worse than we have here in England. The lockdown's been harsher, much longer than ours, and I just see that I think it was as from 6 a.m. yesterday morning, pretty much all the restrictions are gone. The passports in Ireland have gone, and of course over there they needed them just to go into pubs, restaurants, and other hospitality settings. So it's great to see that people like us can actually go for a pint or a cup of coffee or a meal without having to, well, that they can actually do it, be allowed in. So that is great to see. I think you guys over there are still stuck with those for the time being, but it's just great to see that things are sort of going in the right direction. And if that continues, who knows? I wouldn't mind actually coming over to Ireland for a few days in the summer. So I've never really been there apart from just a kind of a quick weekend in Dublin, little city break that we did about 25 years ago. So it would be nice to go back. And talking about the narrative imploding, and that just being one example, there's many other things coming out, and I think the next week or between now and the end of the month, I think it's just going to be very exciting, because I think this is just going to accelerate. And I watched David Clues, the Scottish guy who I know many people who watch this are aware of, Unity News Network. The way he describes it is just that it's like another Berlin Wall moment, Berlin Wall 2, you could call it. And it's just, the whole thing is crumbling and collapsing, and it's happening very, very quickly, just like the whole Berlin Wall thing. Because, well, I know it's a long time ago, well over 30 years ago now, but it's, from memory, it seemed like that happened very quickly. Like 1 minute, all these Eastern European countries were kind of still communist, and then pretty much overnight, it seemed, you had the Berlin Wall. It all came crashing down, and then those places were sort of gained their freedoms up until a couple of years ago, at least. But I think it is like another Berlin Wall 2. Let's hope so, anyway. Let's hope it's like a Berlin Wall 2 episode in history, and that this whole nonsense comes crashing down very, very quickly now. So, like I say, it's going to be an interesting week. So I'm going to be back on my main channel tomorrow. Looking forward to that. And stay tuned, because I will be telling you about the various backup options I've got in place. And also, hopefully, Lee will be back on his channel by the end of this coming week. He'll probably be back on Friday. So looking forward to seeing his videos again as well. Right, I'll be back tomorrow. Tim from Fairplay now. Thanks for watching.